I received an email last week from somebody who asked me if I would do a video about the let function. They'd seen it in a spreadsheet that a colleague was using at work and wondered what it was all about. They did ask their colleague, but they couldn't really explain it because they hadn't written it. Anyway, in essence, the let function simplifies formulas, making them easier to read. In addition, using let can, in many cases, improve the performance of your files, speeding up calculations. If you want to follow along, you can download a copy of the practice file from the link in the description below.
Here I have a list of sales transactions. For each transaction, I have the revenue and the cost of making whatever we were selling. G1 contains a formula. The formula says if the total revenue is greater than the total cost, then put the word profit into G1. If the total revenue is equal to the total cost, then put break even into G1. If the total revenue is less than the total cost, put the word loss into G1. Now, there's nothing wrong with this formula. It works. But if you're an Excel 365 user, or you've got Excel 2021 or Excel 2024, we can write that formula in a different way. And that's what I've done in G2, using the let function. Why would you do that though? What's the benefit? Well, in the original formula, I had 4 formulas. Sum of B2 to B16 was in there twice, and sum of C2 to C16 was in there twice. That's 4 sum functions Excel has to calculate. With the let version, which produces the same answers, I have 2 formulas. I'm only specifying sum of B2 to B16 once and sum of C2 to C16 once. Fewer formulas means it takes less time and less processor power to update the formulas. With a small data set and a relatively simple formula like this one, there won't be much difference. However, where you have longer formulas and large data sets, you will notice a positive difference in how long it takes Excel to recalculate the formulas if you use let. Not only that, using let means that the entire formula is simpler to read, edit, and troubleshoot. In the let function, the first argument is a name, and the second argument is a value. This value could be a number, some text, or even a formula, as I have here. In effect, what I've done is I've assigned the name revenue to the formula sum B2 to B16. If you've ever done any programming, you're probably familiar with the concept of variables. Think of the name as a variable, and the formula as the value that that variable represents. Then I've defined a second name, costs, and assigned that to represent the sum of C2 to C16. You can actually create up to 63 names and 63 values, which should be enough for most use cases. After defining the names and values, the final argument is the calculation. In this example, it's basically a rewrite of the if function from G1, but using the names. If revenue, which is sum of B2 to B16, is greater than costs, sum of C2 to C16, then put profit. If revenue is equal to costs, put break even. If revenue is less than costs, put loss.
Remember, this was just a simple example. The purpose of this video was to introduce you to let. And if you're a long-time Excel user, nested ifs are probably second nature, and you might choose to continue using them. But there are other scenarios using other formulas and functions where using let could be appropriate. Well, if you found it useful, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you'd like more Excel tips and tricks, check out my website at theexceltrainer.co.uk. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, but until then, have an excellent day.